Namaste, Big Cat Fire Signs, Grand Rising. Welcome or welcome back to Big Cat Astrology, Big Cat Wave, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the planetary hot topics to add to your almanac over the next 7 days. On the 15th of October, the moon enters Scorpio. Passions will run high, especially as Mars is also in Scorpio. Use this to your advantage if you can control it. Work on projects you can throw yourself into. On the 16th, the moon in Scorpio opposes Jupiter in Taurus. It can be easy to get into it with people. If you need space, you can get it in a better way without fighting. On the 17th, the moon enters Sagittarius. Be bold and brave. Pursue new experiences with an optimistic attitude. You also have Juno entering Virgo. Juno in Virgo suffers no slackers over the next few weeks. While this can help you eliminate toxic relationships, remember to cut people some slack because we are human after all. On the 18th, the moon in Sagittarius squares Venus in Virgo. People may be getting on your last nerve. Work on being more flexible. On the 19th, the moon enters Capricorn. Your path needs more attention from you. This is a positive aspect for socializing. Use your charms and wit to win over even the most difficult of people. On the 20th, the sun in Libra is conjunct Mercury in Libra. Focus on new ideas and put together some viable plans. Something you began 6 to 8 weeks ago will culminate now. Also, you have Mercury in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn. Fighting energy is everywhere. You may get into power struggles that you don't even understand later on. Be careful of taking things out on people that have nothing to do with them. Address the root cause instead. This is a highly competitive energy and can lead to manipulation. On the 21st is the first quarter moon in Capricorn. Adjustments need to be made over the next week pertaining to your long-term plans. Make sure you're seeing the bigger picture. Also, you have the sun in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn. This is a day of division and resentment. One controlling person will attempt to dominate a whole group. It may feel like everyone wants all the smoke with you. They may find you more willing to defend your position passionately. This will not lead to anything constructive. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Big Cat Wave. Namaste! Grand Rising Fire Signs, welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your next 7 days. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Big Cat Wave. Let's dive in, darling dears, and unpack. You love the dice so much, we're gonna leave with the dice. The red is for immediate intel, and the white dice will back it up. Give it a quick shofty. Oh, good golly and gosh, we've got the 3. The dice meaning of a 3 is what conflict, darling dear? Caution is strongly advised. Why? It's about to be what a nerve-wracking period. You've got to keep your wits about you. There's going to be arguments, discord, and discontent. Yes, baby. Your life is about to change direction, darling dear. This is why all of this conflict is going to be coming up for you. You must expect sudden, dramatic changes, darling dears. Sudden, dramatic changes. And it's advisable for you. Yes, you're going to want to feel rebellious. Yes, you're going to want to fight back with other people. But guess what? It's not going to be conducive, darling dears. Why?
People that want to fight you, darling dear, have what? Nothing to lose. They're not losing what you're going to lose, my fire signs. So be on the alert. And what? Guard your mental health. Your health is your wealth, darling dear. Fist bump. What's backing it up with a 5? The 5 is about security. Your foundation is about to be threatened. The key word for 5 is security, darling dears. If you have any doubts, rectify them now. Major decisions. You're going to have to make a major decision in the near future. All right. So this goes to an 8, darling dears. The dice meaning of an 8, right, is what? Trouble is coming. Someone is coming to blame you. Be blame shifting and mean, possibly projecting their low self-esteem or what skullduggerous weighs on you over the next 7 days. So be on the alert for incoming, darling dear. Use your intuition and remember, you can only make the best choices for you. Don't put your future in someone else's hand, especially when they're coming with the shade. The numerology of an 8, darling dear. 8 is the number of what? Money. What's that? Skrilla.com, darling dears. It also speaks about you having taken the action to master something. It's about you being accomplished at this moment in time. It's going to be extremely empowering for you, darling dears. The 8 is ruled by Saturn energy. Saturn rules Capricorn as well as Aquarius energy. This also speaks about an authority, you claiming your authority, standing in your power, but it's also tied closely with your material satisfaction as well as your ambitions. Maybe somebody's trying to nip it in the bud or put you on a different path. Or remember, when somebody is jealous of where you're going, because it's always a bottom feeder can see it for you, darling dears. They'd never tell you. They'll try and beat you down and take away your confidence in all of the actions that you are currently taking and will be taking over the next 7 days. I told you, a major choice is about to be made, and there's going to be a lot of muddying in the water to keep you stuck. Remember, I told you that. Love it. I don't hate it. Let's get your runestone. Oh, it fell off the back end. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Got it. Big cat. Your runestone is what? Hagalaz. Love it. Don't hate it. It's the tower energy in the upright. Speaking of challenges, which is going to be bringing change, this is about sudden change, the tests and trials. It's about the destruction of something in order for the reconstruction of something that is meant for you. Hagalas is represented by the letter H as well as the numbers 9 and 16. The tower is ruled by fire, Mars and Uranus energy. This is also about somebody's taking self-defense classes, but it's also what you defend in yourself. But remember, those that are going to be starting what? Fucking easy with your blood. They're doing it because they can see where you're going. It also speaks about a sudden change. An argument is going to lead to a permanent separation in a friendship, relationship. It's at crisis point. But you know what? You've got to let go and grow, darling dear. You have a new life path. This is about you releasing the habit. Could be the habit of codependency or picking up someone else's trauma and trying to help them with it. And they're not learning. They're still projecting. Good God, don't let me start rambling on, darling dears. I'm going to have to take off my lace front and hit you up with the wig. What's going on here? Hagalas, change is afoot, darling dear. Change is the only constant, and this is dramatic change. And it also is telling you to beware of accidents over the next 7 days, darling dears. Just remember, even though your pride may be wounded, pride is not everything, darling dear. Look, go within. You'll become much stronger for what happens to create this dramatic change in your life. And again, I must caution you of accidents. Be careful of accidents over the next 7 days. Right. Let's see what your ancestors think about this. We're going to use the fairy cards. Haven't used them in a while. Let's give it a good shufty. Get your oracle ancestral message. Yep, there's definitely an ending to a situation where there'll be no talking in my deep Eastern European voice. No talking. Right, what is the ancestral message for my fire signs for the next 7 days? Ancestral message for the fire signs for the next 7 days. Thank you. Conveniently gave us 2. New beginnings for you, darling dear. The fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby, darling dear. I would go as far as to say as a premature baby. Keep your mouth shut, tell no one nothing, but continue to focus, darling dears, because it's your breakout time. Remember I told you, because you are going to a new level, the devils will be coming out, darling dear, to argue and fight with you and keep you stuck. Keep your mind on things that it does not need to be on, darling dear. Call your ancestral team at any time. New beginnings. Love it. Don't hate it. What's this? Ask for help. Didn't I just say? Call on your ancestral team. They can't help you. Your ancestors, way shows, and spiritual guides are prohibited from what? Helping you with your life. You have to ask, and it has to be with sincerity. Angels and celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. Ask for help. I've seen a lot of green here, darling dears. The green is ruled by what? Archangel Michael. I said Michael. Freudian slip meant to come out. Maybe somebody's name is Michael, but Archangel Michael rules your what? Sacral chakra. Oh my God, I'm messing up everything. Archangel Michael is your solar plexus. So sacral chakra, if somebody wants to affect your confidence, darling dear, sacral chakra rules Tuesday, right? Archangel Michael is the solar plexus and it rules Wednesday, right? But the green is the heart chakra. So therefore, this rules Thursday and it's Archangel Gabriel. So you've got Haniel, sacral chakra, Michael, solar plexus, and Gabriel, heart chakra. It also represents the direction of north. Maybe you're moving to the north, or you're suddenly finding direction. This is about you accepting a situation. Trust your intuition, darling dear, and remember, guard your heart, for from your heart springs the well of life. Proverbs 4:23. But remember, I said guard it. I didn't say close it. Don't let any past situation close your heart. For what? True love, inviting in your true soul tribe, darling dears, and what's still being able to love and live life to the fullest. Ask for angelic help. They're begging you to ask now. They're begging you. They're practically twerking, right? In Keitha, for you to help. So they can say, they want you to say, tag your it, darling dear, so they can show you the way. They guide you through your dreams. You might hear the tail end of someone's conversation. You might even see it on the television, or it will come to you in a dream, darling dear. Because you are in what? Tip-top manifestation mode. This new beginning is going to be set off one way or the other. But how you jettison into it is entirely up to you. The heart chakra also speaks about you being connected to your soul. We're all connected to our soul, but you more so at this moment in time. Somebody wants you to be in grief. They want you to go through heartache, be disconnected. They want you to feel hopeless and rejected. The heart chakra is represented by air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. All right. So much intel, divination. Maybe you are using cards. Maybe you need to get in touch with a trusted tarot advisor. Hi. Hit me up in the Gmail. Maybe you're learning divination, darling dears. Embrace the powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see the current situation with crystal clear clarity, darling dears. Crystal clear clarity. And we're seeing what? The sacral chakra here, the fire. Sacral chakra is the water element. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Use your intuition, darling dear. Divination can be used in many ways. Crystal balls, tarot cards. You might even have a pendulum. If you've got a pendulum and you're overusing the pendulum, darling dear, it will start going backwards and forward. You'll be stuck in the maybe. Backwards and forwards is maybe. If it starts, show me to a yes. When it says yes, it goes to the right. Now show me no. Now show me no. Can you see? Well, you can't see the direction, but now it's going to the left. I know how to speak to my pendulum, darling dear, and I cleanse it under running water, sunlight. Yes, baby. Incense. I keep it cleansed so it's clear, and I don't overuse it. All right. Let's continue on. But one thing which I've always cautioned you, big cats, against: never you ever use that board. It begins with an O. right? Yes, baby. Never you ever, because you will open portals and gateways that you will not be able to shut, and it will affect you up to the 2nd and 3rd generation. Remember, I told you that. I won't even mention its name, darling dears. That's how much of a caution it is. Fist bump. Let's carry on with the read. Let's get a deck. Get one that I haven't used in a while. I'm going to use this one. Oh, you have the Hierophant. Hierophant is Taurus energy. Taurus is the 2nd house, darling dears. The 2nd house of values. It's about your resources, your income, but it's also your self-esteem. It's about the material security as well as your possessions, what you can provide for yourself. The 2nd house is a house of substance. Taurus energy is ruled by Venus, which also rules Libra. So it's about art, it's about beauty, but it's also about your self-worth. The Hierophant energy in the upright is telling me that you are you're going through some kind of ceremony. Maybe you're a teacher, darling dears, but it's about the receiving of accolades through your discipline. It's like you enjoy clear rules. My fire signs, darling dears. Gosh. The situation that you're going to be leaving, if it's a relationship, is because somebody is addicted to the PORN, darling dear. And that's not fabulous. Listen, it's not. It also speaks about a new commitment. It could, whether a job, a marriage, a friendship. It's going to have a strong emotional bond, and it's also the completion of someone's formal training. You're going to be getting certificates and accolades, darling dears, that you can use for air. No one can take away your work, darling dear. And many of you may not even be going into formal institutions. You could be a keyboard gangster and bad with it, darling dear. Bad means good. Right, let's chop it up for the fire signs. Oh, it's just a skinny spin today. What can the fire signs expect in the upcoming week, in the upcoming 7 days? Oh, we've got Folio, somebody who's on the rinse and repeat. This is an idiot, darling. There's somebody who's STOOPID. Someone who is a risk taker, darling dears. Someone who rushed and made a decision, right? It's also speaking about someone being extremely reckless around you. You are them, darling dear. You are them. Right? Tell me more about this recklessness. Who wants to know? Moon energy. Some skullduggery. This is a fake friend. If this is a partner, this person has been a fool in your presence, darling dear. And behind your back. This person has been been a perpetrator of the gingivitis. This is a lying liar. Fake friends. Many fools are going to be revealed to you over the next 7 days. Why? Because of their jealousy and envy and hate, darling dears. Yeah, they're going to be revealing themselves. The moon energy is about illusions. And it also speaks about someone is being foolish enough to send you a spiritual attack. Remember I told you that, bestie. Make sure a black obsidian crystal or black tourmaline next to any mirror that you may have in your boudoir. Mirrors are portals. People can send you energy via them. Remember I told you that. Disillusionment, darling. They are fake friends that are now open enemies. False friends. Secret enemies being revealed. But it's also a new cycle for you. You listening to your intuition. Something about somebody's 28-day cycle. A pregnancy and possibly even a birth. Someone's going to be finding out they're pregnant, but you're pregnant by a false person. This person is not going to be co-parenting with you. You'll be solo dolo, like the boys or girls on the pole. Something to do with 28 feet. Are you measuring something? But it's also about the cycle from the maiden, the mother to the crone. So you've been through a cycle with someone, darling dear. A situation, someone who is stupido. But their energies is about to be revealed to you over the next 7 days. Look, this card is turned over. This is a first. This never happens. What's this? 9 of Cups. You're about to be gifted with your emotional fulfillment over the next 7 days. You're going to be finding out some things which is going to be hard truths, but you ask for help. You ask for the toxic to be revealed. You ask to be removed from certain situations. Well, guess what? That help is on its way. 9 of Cups is what the universe is saying, whatever you like. Whatever you like. What challenges might arise for the fire signs? Thank you. Yeah. This is walking away from trauma bonds, darling dears. Situations that were dramatic and traumatic. Turn your shapely back and head out, darling dear. Matthew 10:14 or Law 16 of the 48 Laws of Power. When disrespect is being served, you get up from the table, darling dears. 8 of Cups in the upright. Pisces as well as Saturn energy. Moving on from a situation where you felt rejected, it also speaks about travel. Somebody's going to be traveling to restart. It's about changing direction in your life. Moving on from disillusionment, giving up. Well, it's not giving up, it's surrendering, darling dear, to the process, because change is inevitable. Change isn't necessary, but it's a moving away from a disappointing situation that brought you great sadness, dilemmas and traumas. The challenge is to move forward, darling dear. And again, look at this. The moon is what? Showed again. Someone who's been shown to be a liar and a user and abuser of your emotions. Relationships, darling dears. The challenge is for you to what? Move on. King of Swords means that you're going to have all of the information you need. The King of Swords is someone that moves in silence. The King of Swords is in front of an archway. Archways speak about new opportunities, new beginnings. You've got all of the intel, darling dears. It could also represent a divorce, somebody leaving a situation once and for all. King of Swords could be somebody, you may be working in the legal field. You could be police, civil service, but a job that you have to actually use your grey matter, darling dear, your cranium. But you're going to show them. She or he who holds the whip runs things. But it's about you moving in silence. The only time you speak over the next 7 days is when you say checkmate, darling dears. King of Swords in the upright. The King of Swords also speaks about something is coming towards you swiftly. It's about you taking swift action with the moving away from this circumstance, darling dears. Don't hesitate, because you already know what's going on. Moon energy, Folio, and the stupidos that back them up is about to be revealed to you, darling dears. Arguing and fighting is not going to be conducive for you, darling dears. Realize that that's not the root issue. Someone trying to block your blessing. The next question I was going to ask, what opportunities await you? This card is coming over, Page of Wands. This is new ideas, darling dears. Page of Wands speaks about actively moving forward, being spiritually protected. I love it. I don't hate it. The Page of Wands in the upright speaks about new passions. It could also speak about a new partner, but it's also about you being more truthful, living in your truth and trusting your vision, trusting your long-term goals. The Wands also speaks about active. Maybe you're going to have to be tweaking, or no, tweaking. No, not twerking. Abort. I'm not telling you to twerk. You may be having to tweak your long-term plans or visions, but it's about you still sticking to them. Continue, darling dears, continue. You may have to tweak it. And again, this page is in front of an archway on this deck. New opportunities coming towards you. You have the upper hand. The Page of Wands also speaks about your innovation, darling dear. Your curiousness for a new life. But it also speaks about spiritually. Somebody's going to be going into their spiritual endeavors, using their intuition, their discernment. But this is about your ranking, darling dear. Your spiritual ranking is going to change over the next 7 days. Yeah, because you're moving on from situations that are not changing. Yup, 100%. The opportunity in this situation is to realize what is no longer for you and leaving it where it is, darling dear. Leaving it where it is. Not everybody can go with you. And none of us know the day, the hour or the minute when our time will be up on this Malkuth. Remember, bestie, you have to be living according to your North Node, your birth natal chart. So how best my bestie fire sign navigate the week? We see, I just looked at divination. This is too much cards that fell out just then. How best my bestie fire sign navigate the week now that it's on the floor? And if it's on the floor, it's coming through the door. Yeah. I'm making the right choices. It also speaks about you harvesting something that you sowed, right? It's about to come to culmination. This is also the right partner, right business contacts. If you're looking for a business loan, money, making some form of stable foundation, you are on a good foot, darling dear. The 7 of Peas always goes to the 9, then the Queen, then the Empress, darling dear. It's all about the process. It's about you having had to have learned to what? To crawl before you can walk. Earth energy tells me that you are dependable and loyal. But it's about you being practical about it. Everybody is not allowed to have a seat at your table. The earth energy is the 2nd, the 6th, and the 10th house. And this is how you will make your money. Go for your birth natal chart. It's about the investments. You will see a return on anything you've invested. Possibly 6 to 8 weeks ago. It's going to culmination. But the choices that you are making, because I'm telling you some major information is coming towards you over the next 7 days, which you can use. But you have to move in silencio, darling dears. Tell no one nothing. Base of the deck. Because you are blessed and highly favored. This is the Temperance. This is balance being born to you. You've been on a difficult journey, darling dears. Temperance is Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius, the 9th house, is about higher learning. Maybe you're going to be expanding your mind with higher learning. We already saw the Hierophant. You will achieve once you set your mind to it. It's about what? Conceive, believe, and you shall achieve, darling dears, with faith the size of a mustard seed. You've seen how small a mustard seed is. The Temperance energy in the upright is about your long-term vision. I told you, you may have to tweak something as far as that is concerned, but still hold that vision. For others, this is about long-distance travel. You will be making long-distance travel plans over the next 7 days. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is about expansion, darling dear. It also speaks about, for some, a secret admirer is about to be revealed. An end of conflict. You had to have patience, darling dear. It's about you keeping your own counsel and guarding your temper. Somebody's going to try and take you off your trolley, right? Release all your bats from your belfry. Don't do it, darling dears. You have what? Spiritual ranking to lose. And you are an earth angel. You were sent to bring balance into someone's life. Well, they didn't appreciate you while you're there, so they must appreciate your absence, mate. Final card. We're going to lead with the... Let's get Wisdom of the Oracle Chakra. Final message for my fire signs for the next 7 days. Love it. Forgive them, darling. They're feeble-minded. But remember that bastardo's name. Yes, baby. Forgive so you will be forgiven. Just because you forgive someone for what they've done to you, darling dears, they need to understand that you've got shark-infested waters guarding your hearts. You've forgiven them, but listen, they need to pray for you. You're not at the level. They need to pray for you. Why? Because you're not at the level where you're going to forgive them and allow them back into your life. Forgive them and keep it pushing, darling dear. Forgive what they did, right? This is enlightenment, baby. It's time for you to be the bigger and the baddest cat of them all. Perfection is subjective, darling dears. Subjective. Forgive them and keep it on, because this person or people put you on a difficult journey. You have a foot in both worlds, darling dears. Listen to your intuition. But remember, this week is about endings. This is about you being emotionally strong, leaving people behind. Why? Because you came into this world alone, and you will leave this world alone, darling dears. On that note, I drops me mic to love to my Teesprings, my Patreons, or my TikToks, where I also upload videos. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Big Cat Wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, 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 cat.